This is the 2026 Jeep Cherokee, back from the dead. Jeep retired this nameplate 3 years ago. Tonight it returns, and it returns electrified. 210 horsepower, all 4 wheels driven, and no thirsty 6 on the menu. The 7-slot grille says Jeep. What sits behind it is where the story changes. For the first time, a Cherokee leans on electric help instead of raw displacement. That one decision changes who this Jeep is for, so subscribe and stay with me, because by the end you will know if it beats a RAV4. This is the top overland trim, riding on 20-inch wheels, but every Cherokee shares the same running gear underneath. The 4x4 badge is not decoration here, because unlike most rivals, all-wheel drive comes standard on every single one. And that badge still means something, the promise that a Jeep goes where a soft crossover quietly turns around. It looks the part too, taller and squarer than before, with short overhangs built for trails, not just school runs. Under the hood, a turbocharged 1.6-liter 4 paired with 2 electric motors. Peak torque is 230 pound-feet, and it arrives early, where daily driving lives. Now, here is the number Jeep wants on the billboard, an estimated 37 miles per gallon combined. That is roughly double what the old V6 Cherokee managed, without asking you to plug anything in. On a full tank, Jeep quotes over 500 miles, enough to skip most gas stops. At low speeds, it can run on electricity alone, near 62 miles an hour. But let me be honest about speed, because this is where the numbers cool the excitement. Reviewers who have driven it clock 0 to 60 in around 9 seconds. One outlet called it Subaru slow, so this Jeep is relaxed, never rapid. And there is a second catch, the continuously variable gearbox, which reviewers say can drone under hard acceleration, as most hybrids in this class still do. So if you want to be pinned into your seat, look elsewhere, because the Cherokee was tuned for calm miles, not stoplight glory. Where it earns its keep is capability, and that starts down here. Every Cherokee tows up to 3,500 pounds, a figure Jeep says leads the class. It has real ground clearance, proper approach angles, and drive modes for snow, sand, and mud that most soft crossovers skip. Which brings us to the one number that decides everything, and it is not horsepower. Step inside though, and the mood lifts, because the cabin is where the new Cherokee looks genuinely modern, a clean break from the plastic box it used to be. 2 big 12.3-inch screens stretch across the dash, one for the driver, one for everything else. They run Jeep's latest Uconnect software, which is quick, sharp, and refreshingly simple to actually use. Jeep kept real buttons for the climate, so you are not buried in menus every morning. The switchgear looks a clear rung above the smaller compass below it in the range. The digital driver's display is crisp and configurable, showing range, maps, and the hybrid system trading between gas and electric. Material quality is mostly good, soft where your arms land, though a few lower panels still look a little hard and hollow. It cannot match a Grand Cherokee, but it clears the RAV4 and CR-V. A rotary shifter frees the console, leaving room for phones and a deep bin. Space is the real headline since the new Cherokee grew, with 33 cubic feet behind the rear seats. Fold the seats and that opens to 68 cubic feet, roughly 30% more room than the last Cherokee offered. Here is the honest catch though, a Honda CR-V still gives your backseat passengers about 2.5 more inches of legroom. So back out here in the quiet, the real question returns. Is a reborn Jeep Cherokee worth more than the cars that own this class? Here is that number I promised, and it is price where this Jeep stumbles. The Cherokee starts at $36,995 and climbs to nearly $45,000. A Toyota RAV4 hybrid opens thousands lower, near $33,000, and it makes more power. So on the spreadsheet, the Toyota wins, and the Honda gives more rear space, which means the Jeep has to win another way. And it does, with standard all-wheel drive, real trail hardware, and a badge neither rival can hand you. So here is how I would actually spend the money on this one. Skip the Overland and buy the Laredo at $39,995. Skip it entirely if you want the cheapest miles or a sportier drive. A RAV4 does both. But if you want a genuine Jeep that sips fuel, nothing else here fits. All of that lands the 2026 Cherokee at a 9.0 on the Auto TV score. Cross-shopping it? The RAV4 review is next.